All right, we have head UTSA softball coach Vann Stuedeman's weekly media availability the week of April 28th, 2025. Joining Coach Stuedeman today on camera left, we have senior utility player Jalen Pritchard, and on camera right, we have senior utility player Chrisleen Moreno. Coach, your team picked up a series victory over Tulsa, a busy week, 5 games last week. You can start us off with an opening statement.
Really busy week. Thank you, Ryan. It was a good week for us, and the girls really played well. We had the 5 games. We also had Senior Day. We also had our our athletic department Rowdies Awards. So the girls had a lot to juggle this week, and I'm really proud about how they handled all of their extracurriculars on top of being able to grab some victories this weekend in that Tulsa series win, especially on Senior Day.
We'd be remiss if we didn't bring up the week that Ava Eldridge had 3 wins, a sub-2 ERA over 22 innings of work. How has she come along as the season's progressed?
I think one of the biggest things that she has decided, I think maybe it's a mindset, and she really had a tough fall. She had a concussion, she had COVID, and it was a really tough transition for her. And I think just coming back in January, it was almost like it was the fall. So it just took her a little bit of time to get comfortable, get settled. She's always been a really great pitcher. So, I think maybe it was just getting her feet wet, getting comfortable, or getting comfortable being uncomfortable, and then making that decision to, hey, I'm not going to let these external things that have happened affect me and ultimately my performance. But one thing I would like to say is in that mindset shift, she's very smart and studies. She studies the hitters and studies their tendencies and really tries to attack where they are weak. And then if there is a really strong hitter that maybe doesn't have a huge hole in their swing, she's really good at trying to figure out what that hitter may be looking for. So I really think her smarts are what's setting her apart. She's physically capable, of course, but I really do believe that it is the study of the hitters and the mental part of the game that she's really, really starting to shine.
For the 2 seniors, y'all got to celebrate Senior Day, got to pick up a pretty big victory at Senior Day. Chrisleen had that home run. Lindsay Davis, another senior, had a home run, starred on the afternoon. What were the emotions that y'all felt during that Senior Day ceremony?
To me, it was just I was trying to think of it as another game. I've been very emotional in the past for other seniors, and I've known how they felt on senior night, so I try to understand that and just try to play my game and then get emotional after the game.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think this was a really big weekend for us. I think as a team we've had a lot of mental growth and just really wanted to play for each other this weekend. I think that's really what we focused on. And we focused on our why a lot, and I think that it really showed this weekend. And the emotions were great. It was very high, and then obviously afterwards we got a little emotional at the end, but it was great. We really focused on the task ahead.
Sweet hours.
Yes.
Jalen, coaches talked about how meaningful it was that you were the first recruit that this staff brought in. What does it mean to you to hear something like that, and what drew you to UTSA?
At first, I didn't even think that I was the first recruit. I guess that is really nice to hear, and it's meant something to me because they allowed me to and believed in me through word. So they just had trust in me from other people, and that shows a lot of respect from them, and I appreciate that so much. And what was the second question?
Just what it meant.
What led you to UTSA?
Oh, it was close to home, and again, I knew someone that knew Vann, and she spoke very highly of Vann, and I really loved that, so I just trusted that. It was a lot of trust in the process, but being able to be close to home for my senior night was meant something to me.
Chrisleen, you've been red hot going down the stretch. Team's really starting to pick up momentum as we get closer and closer to that conference tournament. What do you think has led to the increase in production?
I think, like Jalen said, we've just been like trusting the process a lot and kind of trying to find small wins out of adversity that is we've been faced with this season. And I think that's just really what we're focusing on is each other, playing for each other, touches win, and just trying to just buy into the process and buying into each other. And I think that's what's really making us stand out and just compete at our fullest potential.
Vann, pre-senior day, we talked with Lindsay and Cam, two seniors that were already here when you came in, and now we've got two seniors here with us today that you brought in. So what were the traits that you were looking for and found in Jalen and Chrisleen, and how do you feel like they've impacted the squad as you really start to lay your foundation here?
We really wanted people that had been there and done that, and then also that wanted to be here. And they both wanted to get closer to home. They both wanted to be, Chrisleen being from San Antonio and Jalen not too far down the road. So they both wanted to be here, but the biggest aspect was Jalen played on a team that was last, that won the league and went to the NCAA. Chrisleen played on a team that had won the conference championship, gone to regionals, and been 3 outs away from a super regional in a highly contested matchup. I mean, everybody was tuned, everybody was watching. It was a great series, but both of them came from coaches that I know, coaches that I trust, and knew what it takes or knows what it takes to win. And they're both willing to. It was important also for the people that came that would be willing to share those lessons. And they have been vital. The lessons that they have shared have been vital to the growth of this team. You don't know what you don't know, and these kids have been in opportunities that most of the team have not been in. So it was important that these guys come and share their knowledge and they both know what it takes. Mindset and hard work and belief and buy-in and just all of the ingredients, and they've done just that. And I couldn't be prouder of the two of them, and very appreciative of them saying yes, and just excited to see what they, the brick by brick by brick by brick by brick, what comes to it fruition for the end of the year and for years to come.
Y'all hit the road to take on a tough South Florida squad to close out the season. And then conference tournament right there in Tampa, so you don't have to go too far. But with no midweeks this week, y'all can actually practice and spend some time working on stuff. What's really the plan this week? Are you trying to get the girls a little more rest, or are there little things you want to tweak as we hit the home stretch?
We'll definitely take a little bit of time, rest, give them a little bit of rejuvenation, get them excited about going down to South Florida. But we definitely have spots in our game and our swings and things that we know that can get exploited. So we'll be definitely working on some of the details. At this point, the hay is in the barn. We've done the work. But at the same time, you want to polish some things and you want to look at your opponent's weaknesses and see if you can figure out a way to attack those. And like you said, South Florida is red hot. Man, they were I don't know if y'all saw the game on Sunday, but they came back. They were winning, beating North Texas really big, 14-2, I think. Anyway, North Texas comes back, ties at 14-14. And South Florida wins 15-14. So, they're hungry and they know that what they're doing right now will matter for NCAA seeding. So they will be ready to play. So we will have to be ready to play and ready to go. But we'll take a little bit of time, let them rest a little bit, and then we will do some polishing and try to figure out some ways to get to the Bulls.
That'll wrap things up. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Birds up.